As I was saying, India today has exclusively accessed a heat map of the line of actual control, which is showing China's troop buildup. This is the clearest heat map satellite imagery, which shows the troop buildup at Pangong flashpoint. The map also shows how the Chinese PLA troops gathered this month in large numbers. Deployment of Indian troops can also be seen in response to the Chinese aggression in the area. The map which is flashing across your screens reiterates India's stand that the Chinese military was hindering normal patrolling by its troops along the line of actual control in Ladakh and in Sikkim. India has also strongly refuted Beijing's claim of trespassing across the Chinese side. India's stand now remains the same. We will not back down, even in the wake of the Chinese envoy's statement in which he said that both the countries pose no threat to each other. Shiv Arora now joins us live for the very latest on the story. Shiv, if you could walk us through whether or not there is any breakthrough as yet at the sites of confrontation in East Ladakh, where the Chinese troops have intruded into the area that we consider our side of the line of actual control.
Jyoti, no, there are no intrusions happening as of now. The Chinese are on their side of the line of actual control. There were some transgressions that happened earlier this month, but as of now, it is very strictly a standoff in 4 separate locations in Ladakh. There are differing perceptions of the line of actual control, as a result of which, claims are being made on both sides. Even the Chinese, if you can believe it, are claiming that Indian troops are on their soil and on their side of the line of actual control. The truth is that none of the various levels of talks that have happened so far, Jyoti, have yielded any breakthrough so far. Yesterday, you saw a softening of China's stance, but talk is cheap when it comes to China. It really is about what's happening on the ground. And I'm afraid that after 24 days of this very stiff standoff, mobilizations are still happening. Troop reinforcements are still arriving on the Chinese side as well as the Indian side, because no chances can be taken. And the actual standoff remains across 4 flashpoints of the Galwan Valley, the Hot Springs area, and the Pangong Lake. And the new images that we've actually, obtained suggest that between April and May, there's been a very marked, very visible, mobilization by China in areas where they never had camps before. So there are very visible provocations taking place. And while China tries to play the diplomatic card now, appearing to soften its stance, the reality on the ground is actually quite different. India and China, may publicly be hoping that talks can actually arrive at a breakthrough. But I have a feeling that it is only India right now that is truly committed to resolving this through talks and not through muscle flexing and mind games in Ladakh at this point of time. So we'll have to actually see where things go. No breakthrough so far.
No breakthrough so far. That's Shiv Arora getting us all the latest details right there. We're getting some breaking news coming in. We'll have to cut straight across to it. India today has accessed details of Chinese mobilization along the line of actual control. That's the breaking news that is coming in. China used its troops engaged in a war game on its side. Sources have told India today that Chinese troops were ferried in trucks used to transport mud for airbase. Project not far from Indian areas. Despite the initial surprise, the Indian forces have managed to plug in all the gaps in time and match the Chinese numbers. They are not allowing the Chinese troops to do any maneuvers on the Indian soil, as whenever they try to move around, they are confronted by the Indian troops in equal measure. That's the latest that is coming in. Abhishek Bhalla is breaking the story, who's joining us for the latest details. Abhishek, I'm going to throw straight across to you for the exclusive details that you've access of Chinese mobilization across the line of actual control. China using its troops engaged in a war game on its side at this point.
Yes, on the pretext of a war game, there was a huge mobilization by the Chinese side, and that's the reason why there has been an extended confrontation for over 3 weeks now. It started on the 5th of May when there was a clash at the Pangong Lake, and after that, since then, there have been a series of confrontations, scuffles. And as far as the Chinese side is concerned, they've tried to make forays into the Indian side of LAC. They've also tried to hinder Indian patrols. So this has been going on. The tension has been simmering. In fact, there are 4 points in eastern Ladakh. One is the Pangong Lake and the other are opposite the Galwan Valley. So in all, there are 4 flashpoints where the confrontation has been continuing since May 5. But having said that, it's not just Ladakh, but other parts of the line of actual control as well that have seen some action. So this is a very unique situation because in the past this has never happened. Even in Doklam, the confrontation was restricted just to one place, but here it is in Ladakh, which forms the western sector. As far as the eastern sector is concerned, North Sikkim has seen some action, and even the middle sector, which forms parts from Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh, have seen some Chinese activity. So a very different situation has emerged as of now at the line of actual control.
Absolutely. Abhishek Bhalla getting us those details right there. India confronting and matching China's actions, and all the latest details exclusively first here on India Today. Thanks, Abhishek, for joining.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.